So the first team to introduce, Khusela from South Africa. Get excited to see. And the timing will start when they start for sure. We always have to change the pitch deck. So, do you want to use these?
Whichever's available.
Yeah.
Is that it?
There's also, yeah, these would be the best.
USB on?
Yep. Turn that on. This one works too. Can they plug in?
Hands are full. Are they ready?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon. Today I'd like to introduce you to our social enterprise, Khusela. The image you see on the screen is a classic image of a slum environment anywhere in the globe. These areas are characterized by huge housing and people density, very low incomes, and very low to no infrastructure development. One of the significant challenges facing urban slum dwellers across the globe is the incidence of slum fire. In this first image, this is from Africa's largest slum, Kibera, which is in Kenya, home to 1 million people. We cannot begin to imagine the horror of losing what little one has in a massive slum fire, which can destroy and displace tens of thousands of people in a single blaze. Moving on, these are images from South America, where the incidence of slum fires is equally high. This rolls up to a development challenge as it entraps slum fire victims in cycles of poverty. And if we move even further afield to the other side of the world, these images are from Asia. And the obvious the obvious outcome of slum fires is the unnecessary and preventable loss of human life. Bringing it close to our country, South Africa. This is a hugely contested issue, a very heated topic to excuse the pun. And according to our personal survey, 98% of respondents indicated that they are fearful and anxious of slum fires on a daily basis. And what is so unfathomable about this challenge is that there's currently no effective global solution. So just to get some statistics from our country, between 2000 and 2010, 240,000 people were displaced when 70,000 shacks were destroyed. And in the first 3 months of last year alone, in Cape Town, the city in which Francois and I live, 11,000 people were displaced in shack fires.
So why are these fires happening? What are the challenges that we face? First and foremost, what we find common in slums is the use of high fire risk methods of cooking, heating, and lighting, such as paraffin stoves, gas stoves, small open fires, and candles. And what we found through fire research, and what's been backed up by our communities, is that the classic situation is that of somebody falling asleep with either their candle or cooking device still burning, and this causing their shack to catch alight. There obviously are many different causes of fire, and the reality is that due to the density of this environment, as well as the flammable material out of which the buildings are made, fires spread rapidly, causing widespread damage. What we found out further is that through community forums is that people in these environments do try call the fire department. However, the fire department reports that they struggle to get accurate locational information, which is crucial, that locational information, in the haphazard, unstructured layout of slums. So in response to this challenge, through many community forums and surveys, as well as iterative design, we have developed the following proactive, integrated early warning system, which consists of the following 3 elements. Firstly, the in-shack heat detector, which measures the rate of rise of temperature, which has proven to be the most effective way of sensing fires in this environment. This means that on a hot day, or when somebody is cooking, the device will not trigger. However, when there's a rapid change in temperature, such as the event of a fire, the device will trigger an alarm which is loud enough to wake a sleeping person. Next, a key innovation in our system is that all our devices are connected through radio frequency transmission, which means that we're able to create a community-wide alert in the event of fire. And finally, as an additional layer of security, we have a mobile platform which allows users to send a text alert to the fire department with their locational information. And this is all best described with a real-life illustration. So when a fire starts inside of a dwelling, even in its smallest stages, our device senses this and triggers an alarm which alerts the family inside, allowing them to put out the fire in its earliest stages. And this is obviously a crucial layer of security because it allows us to put out the fire before it's really begun. And it also gives the family inside the home personal security. Next, all the devices within a 50 to 100 meter radius will also be triggered, allowing the whole community to have first the time, as well as the warning, to be proactive in dealing with the fire before it reaches an unmanageable scale. Now, any user can send the free text alert on the most basic of phones to the fire department with their pre-registered locational information. And upon receiving this alert, our system will automatically send text messages to the entire affected community, allowing people who are either at work or outside of the community the ability to also be proactive in protecting their family and their possessions.
The vision of Khusela is clear. We want to mitigate the loss of life and property associated with shack fires across the globe. And we want to do this through three main mission steps. Community partnership has been fundamental in the design and development phase of the system you see now, as Francois mentioned. And the community will continually be instrumental in the rollout phase as we will bring local assembly into the communities in which the devices will be sold. Accessibility is fundamental to our organization, and by this we mean as low cost as possible and off the shelf, which allows it to scale very quickly across communities, across our country, and globally. And finally, because shack fires and slum fires are an emerging reality, we will constantly have to innovate around the risks and opportunities posed by this global challenge. What's already out there? Traditional smoke detectors are completely ill-suited for the environment because the environment is already a smoky one due to cooking, lighting, and heating. Other innovations such as high fire-resistant technologies and fire extinguishing equipment are way too expensive for our communities to take up. And through our community engagement, we found that none of these three innovations are actually used in communities. So what Khusela will bring to market when we arrive to market first is that we will be an integrated early warning, off-the-shelf, low-cost system designed by the community for the community and allows communal response and alert. And that's where the real power of our innovation lies. So our market is twofold. The slum dweller will purchase the device in order to self-protect, and governments, given a backlog of housing provision, will purchase or subsidize the device on behalf of the slum dwellers in order to create human security in their countries.
So let's look further at our market. We live in Cape Town, and 15 minutes from my door is the fourth largest slum in the world, Khayelitsha, which has been conservatively estimated to be home to 400,000 shack dwellers, and this is where we've done most of our primary research. Looking further into our country, there are 1.9 million shacks, which translates to 7 million slum dwellers. And further into our continent, 72% of urban sub-Saharan Africans live in slums, which would be the next scalable step in our enterprise. Now, I can't imagine how many people must stand up in front of you and say that their social enterprise can affect billions of people.
Good afternoon. All right. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Are you excited? Welcome back. We are very excited to have you. Thank you very much for those of you who are here today and participating in GSVC. The team has been working really hard to put together a great 3 days for our entrance and then for the conference today. We have 18 teams presented yesterday. They were amazing, and the judges from yesterday had a difficult time of selecting the top 6 teams. Today, our judges sitting in front of you today will have the difficult task of picking the top 3 teams. So the third place winner will get $7,500, not too shabby. The second place winner will get $15,000, but our grand prize winner will get $25,000. Isn't that exciting? But we're not done. You as the audience will have the opportunity to vote for your favorite team. So that team that you as an audience select will get $1,500. And we're not done. The teams that have not participated today or who competed yesterday will have the opportunity to do a quick pitch, 90-second quick pitch, similar to what they did yesterday. And you as an audience will also select the winner from those 12 teams. And that team will get $1,000. Also this year, Intel has been generous enough to offer additional prize money. So the best computing team selected by our judges will get $5,000. So the criteria is it could be a computing technology, or if that doesn't apply, then the best emerging market innovations. So we have an exciting day ahead of you. Nick, who is the leader for this afternoon, will be able to take over. But I'm here to welcome Dean Richard Lyon. We are very lucky to have an inspirational leader who makes sure that everything Haas does has a global focus. Dean Richard Lyon has been instrumental in establishing the defining principle at Haas. And one of those principles is beyond yourself, which embodies GSVC. Dean Richard Lyon is very enthusiastic and very supportive of GSVC, and I'm happy to welcome you on the stage.